What's good? What's good? Not the gig apps right now. I've been online for the last hour and a half and I've made $8. $8 for an hour and a half. I had other offers. I had DoorDash, Uber Eats, Walmart Spark going, and I was checking Roadie. I had one offer that was worth taking. I might, if I'm feeling motivated, 30 seconds in, clip in a screenshot of one of the offers I got. $2.25 to deliver something for a 4-mile round trip. Nothing. It could be a half a mile round trip. I'm not doing anything for $2.25. Just about every legal American citizen driver will tell you that they are not going to accept that offer. And I was specific there for a reason, because there are a lot of issues right now with Uber, DoorDash, these gig apps, and illegal immigration and illegal immigrants working these apps. I don't want to have that be the focus of the video because I want to kind of tie it up to the bigger picture, but it's happening. I promise you it's happening. We are experiencing the controlled demolition of America. We are at a point where technologically we're about to have another revolution. The AI revolution is going to displace a lot of people. It's already starting, but it's going to get a lot worse. And so to sort of begin that transition, the global elites are destroying the American economy so that they can then usher in their form of global communism, global communitarianism. The World Economic Forum has detailed this. Their leaders have been very, very direct about their objectives, implementing things like smart cities. What does SMART stand for? Surveillance, monitoring, assessment, recon technology, or something like that. That might not be the actual acronym. That's the conspiracy theorist acronym, because that's all that smart cities are modern day gulags. You will own nothing and be happy. These are literally their words, not the gulags part. That's us who are awake and who are aware and who are seeing that they're trying to create these new concentration camps. Because we're going to have a lot more people than their global vision has a need for. With automation and with a consolidation of resources and power, we're going to have, as they've been called, a lot of useless eaters. People who don't really provide to society because they don't have a need. And so they are at the beginning stages of this. Well, they're at the beginning stages of a big part, the big next step of their plan. This has literally been going on for decades. Almost, you could say, for centuries. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I had said to them, something that we don't think about as normies and activists is that these global elites, the kings, literally the oligarchs, I use that word intentionally because we still have kings, we still have princesses and dukes and duchesses. And although it's in title, mainly it's not, because the royal family owns a huge amount of wealth. And somehow still, I do believe, the British tax dollars funnel up to them and they're connected to the Bank of England. It's not fake. It's quite real. We have still an oligarch class. Where was I going with that? Shit, I had a point and then I do this sometimes. The oligarch class owns... Edit. Okay, so these oligarchs, they think generationally. They don't just think about their lifetime and what they can accomplish in their lifetime, but they think about what their sons, their daughters, their grandchildren will accomplish and inherit. Like the Prince of England and whatnot, right? He's going to just inherit the wealth that the royal family has accumulated through corrupt means, all these other oligarchs are just going to hand down their illegally, their immorally, their unethically accumulated wealth through things like fascism, where there's a corporate political merger of our industries, which is what America is dealing with right now, which is how they are consolidating power and resources. I say this all the time. The only difference between communism and fascism is that one uses sunshine and rainbows and the other uses nationalism and patriotism to influence people to give up their sovereignty and to take control of resources, to take control of society. So things like what's going on in California, where the government is just restricting the hours that businesses can be open. The government is just taxing the crap out of their people and to no results to actually improving the situation. Homelessness, crime, drug use has just gone up, like in all of these major urban areas that are ran by leftists, because the leftists, the communists, they're the ones who are using the... Okay, let's get back on track. This is intentional. They are intentionally trying to destabilize our country. The Idaho farmers, I made a video yesterday about restricting their water usage because they want small and medium farms to go away so that they can then have these big corporate farms that are just owned by the elites via, equity firms and all this other crap, but then are operated by the new feudal class. So what automation cannot do, there's still going to be a need for a working class. And the elites don't actually care about the working class. They care about cheap labor. So that's why they're allowing immigration to occur. That's part of why they're allowing it to occur. Because that will guarantee that they will always have a cheap labor class. Because the immigrants often will undercut whatever the system says. Like, the immigrants will, that's a whole different trope. I don't want to get too focused on that. Edit. I'm going to try to do more editing, and so I'm working on transitions and stuff. Let me just try to wrap up this video. I get off on sidetracks really easily. If you're wondering, if you're beginning to become conspicuous, curious about why our government seems to be doing things that don't make sense or things that make the problem worse, it's because they're trying to make things worse. It is intentional. These people are evil. And I use the term useful idiot a lot. It's so highly unfortunate that on the left and the right, we have people who are brainwashed, who are perpetuating this problem, these problems. Because there are true problems that we're experiencing as an American people, but then also as a global people. There is a spiritual war going on. It's a battle for resources, not just material, but also your essence. If you ever go out in public and you notice that just so many people are beaten down and downtrodden and we're just not a healthy, happy society. So many people are struggling because there is warfare being waged upon us. We must resist. And part of resisting requires waking up, and then it also requires uniting. The division that they are trying to sow, they're so good at it. We need to stop letting them divide us. So if you see this, understand you're intentionally being divided from your neighbor, from someone who you could ally with. You have been likely psychologically manipulated. You're probably going to get triggered about something. Everybody at this point has something that will trigger them. And that triggering disconnects an opportunity for communication, clarification, for, I don't want to say the word compromise, but we'll say compromise. Because I do believe on a lot of these social issues that the culture wars are built upon, there's a compromise that both sides can agree on, but they are not able to come to the table in good faith to debate, discuss, communicate, and agree, because they've been intentionally divided. So if you're watching this, challenge yourself to reach past your triggers, to connect with someone past your triggers, because that's how we're going to overcome this global takeover. We are going to win. So I know it sounds all doom and gloom while I'm talking about it, because we're in the heat of battle and too many people are not awake yet. That's why I'm always so intense in doom and gloom. But we are going to win. We're going to suffer losses, which sucks, and I say that casually now, but if you ever watch my other videos where I'm really worked up, that's because I understand what the future holds. And it sucks having to compartmentalize that, but I'll wrap. We're going to end there. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Much love.